You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome again on this beautiful Thursday to Perspective. And as we do every time, we like to just kind of inform and let everybody know and reiterate the purpose in which we're here and what this platform is really about. And I think that premise is really right there in the name, perspective. This is a safe place, a truth place where various opinions, views, lived experiences, perspectives are shared openly, where you can feel safe and you won't be ridiculed for where your position is. So one thing we always want to highlight is that, if different views, perspectives, points, lived experiences, just because they're not the same, doesn't make one better than the other, right, wrong. All it makes it is different. So at the end of the day, you get to ride the way you want to ride and move the way you want to move. But you can always walk away respecting someone else's position and view on that. But our goal in doing that is that there may be a piece of information, some data, something that can be shared that will evoke thought and have you maybe sit back, reconsider, and it may be something that'll change your trajectory and your thoughts and feelings about something that will elevate you and make you better. So that's really what we're here for. I'll do a quick introduction of myself. I am Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, aka colored in 8, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land. I'm 3,000 plus carats. You hear me? And so just want to welcome you all here. My background is in talent acquisition. So I've been a recruiter. So what I do is talk to people. I'm the author of win-win situations. So people that need something, people that want something, I bring them together. So everybody walks away paid and happy. So that has allowed me the opportunity to step into different fields and arenas. I do career coaching, do kind of instructions on, people wanting to advance their careers. That's kind of led into counseling or coaching, so to speak, on the career front, and then kind of doing some personal coaching as well. I'm also out in the community. I sit on the advisory board for the Empower series. It is a nonprofit that's dedicated to educating the low to moderate income environment on financial literacy, something that I care deeply about. So if you have the opportunity, please go on to YouTube, go to the Empower series page and check it out. Some very valuable information. So just excited to be here again, and I'll let my co-host kind of take over from there.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Latoya, aka Latoya the therapist. So I'm a licensed professional counselor. You like that, right? That was cute. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm an author. I'm a coach, a consultant, and I hold an amazing conference called the Unstuck Conference that I will be doing again next year. Let's see. Personally, I have 3 children and a wonderful husband. Yeah, so that's me. So tonight, guys, I'm so excited. We have an amazing guest. I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself. Say hi.
What's going on? I'm Scotty Knox, aka I do a whole lot of stuff. I try to stay busy. I have a lengthy music discography on iTunes and Spotify and all that good stuff you can go check out. I'm an author. I have a book called Races on Amazon. Um, I'm also in education. I teach accounting at the high school level. So I own a travel agency, and I also own a tax preparation company. So just a couple of things that I do to keep myself busy and try to help. I feel like, anybody that I can teach them, give them some knowledge, give them some jewels, and see if they can run with it.
Indeed. Yeah, he's being pretty modest. And then this is just one thing I want to say. He's Scotty Knox to you all, but he's Knox City. I don't know. It's just the name that fit for me. And he's definitely a good person. Like he's a fun individual to be around. He's a solid individual, tough as well. So that may come out in conversation a little bit because it gives him definitely a different view on life, a different perspective, and it's something that I respect highly. And I'll allow him to, dig into that if it comes around in some way. But with that being said, we'll get into the topic. Now, go ahead.
How'd y'all meet? Sorry. How do you know him?
We have a mutual acquaintance. One of the music projects that I've been able to be a part of, Fatso Black. The other half is my man Antone. What is it, Dallenberg? Is that right?
Yeah, Antone Malbert the third.
Malbert. I always butcher his last name.
Yeah, AKA Divum.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad at me.
I'm a nickname person, so there you go. But no,
quality. With Fatso Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm Frankie Fats. He's Black King Cole. We have a music project out there that's also out, self-titled Fatso Black album. But that's how we met. We have a mutual acquaintance, and it's he's such a solid dude that when you meet people through solid people, it's like it's real easy to kind of fall into the groove of things. So
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all just spoke so highly of one another. I just wondered. Okay, we'll hit the comments. Hi, Randy. Welcome back.
Nick, hey, let's take a moment. I just want to.
Because you definitely was like,
I've been kind of upset with him because I'm like, where's Randy? But he's here, so I'm excited. And then Ben Suttereth the third, we'll take a moment to highlight that. If you notice that BS3, so Ben puts the BS and the 3 into the BS3 network. He is definitely the lifeblood of that. And he wants to make sure that to let you know that you can support BS3 network by sending stars. The stars help us earn money to continue building the network. And the network is solid. This is, I'll be honest, just impressed is the word that I would say. The programming, the quality of people, and man, just the genuine, family atmosphere from everybody involved. So definitely go on to all of the social media sites. Look up BS3 Network. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, and show your support in that way. But drop a few of them stars. And, I promise it won't go to waste. And then also, a special beyond understanding. Oh, there are no words.
Can I just say, hey, sis? Okay, now go ahead.
There you go. Now, hey, and Alexa says, hey, y'all. That's my baby bird, y'all. And then the Mr. Jay Gilliard. He says, I'm back, y'all. they had him hemmed up last week. Yeah, Mr. Right. Gilliard is
my man.
There you go. And my partner. That's my partner. They can't tell me nothing different, whatever. He says, welcome to the comment section. See, y'all gotta watch out. They be skating around,
All right. The rest of
skating around wishing somebody get out of line. No, love them both. So the topic for tonight, the gender collide. And what the hell is going on?
What is happening?
And so this'll I think there's gonna be some branches on this tree, and we're probably gonna we're gonna pick multiple fruit off of those branches. So don't be shocked. And we definitely want to get your feedback on this. Some would consider it to be controversial. sensitive and whatnot, but it's really stemming into this situation right now. Recently, there's been some things in the news, and it's been going on for a while, but it kind of stirred up here again with the, I don't even want to say LGBTQ community. This is about trans women, meaning, and correct me if I'm wrong, meaning men who have transformed into women, they identify as women, that are operating in sports. And so you're having men who are born biologically, or having women who were born biologically men to enter into sporting events and arenas where women who were born biologically women, where biological women have been in that space and they're competing. And so there's a camp, the trans community, which would say, no, I identify as a woman. I've been taking hormones and whatnot, and I'm a woman, so I should compete in that space. And then, of course, there's another camp that's like, what? Wait a minute, your bones, your bones, your muscles, your genes are not the same, and there's a unfair advantage for you being in this space. So that's kind of what we're kind of talking about, and we'll address that with different questions to kind of pose. And Doc, if you can, are you able to look at some of those questions, or do I need to pull that up?
Who sent the questions? The questions I sent you?
Yes.
Well, my questions didn't have anything to do with this here, but
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Hey,
go right ahead, Scott.
Do you think that like, okay, I feel like this is a problem, right? And I'll dive into that. But when we have problems, I like to always have some type of solution, right? What if we just started identifying as white people? White people would like be upset, right? And when you upset white people, you get change.
Amen.
That's a really unique direction, because change, I guess, whoever's holding the realm, the reins can kind
Think
of
about it though. Think about if you just started tomorrow on every document that you filled out, you were like, hey, I'm a white male. And then when you walked in the building, they'd be like, what is going on? Who is this? So I feel like I can see Fox News being like, and the new trend in New York is black men identifying as white males. And I'm telling you, like, it'll be 6 months, they'll pass a bill and it'll be all over with. You can't identify.
I'm actually not mad at it.
See?
It sounds
no,
bizarre.
I'm just like,
you got a point.
We should have discussed this because we didn't solve it already.
Right. See, and here's what I'm saying. Just like the Facebook person said, I don't want to identify as white either. But my point is, and they get what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be white. I have no problem being black. But I promise you, if my first name is Scott, right? My last name is Reynolds. If I put white male on all my paperwork, you wouldn't have no idea. Eric Butler?
Wait a minute. I think my name it got a little melanin in it.
No, man, first of all, it's how it's spelled. You ain't got no K, right?
Yeah, I don't have no K.
See, all your melanin gone. You ain't got no K. Like your parents was gangbanging. They was like, nope, no K's, only C's.
So Mr. J Gillia says, I mark other on my applications and I get an interview every time. Interesting.
I do it.
And Alexa says, seriously, Mr. J?
I'm just finna start going to interviews and being like, yeah, my daddy white.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a white male.
Thank you, Christy.
Hey, Christy, how you doing?
I seen something one time where it was like a white male was suing a school board because he wanted his mixed son to identify as a white man, and they kept changing his information in the system. So he sued him. I'm telling you,
Did he win?
I have no idea.
Okay,
That was enough for me.
I got you.
It'd be the audacity for me. They just be so audacious.
Now, so is this really? So does it really? Because the identity. So this really, like, how do you separate the identity to kind of to really talk about like the trans community? They, because their identity, they're saying, so that I identify this, it just trumps all biological aspects of life.
Apparently it does, because they're getting to compete. But y'all remember that black lady? She was from somewhere else. She wasn't African American, but they said she had too much testosterone in her body and they wouldn't let her compete. But she was a biological female. Y'all remember that?
I
Is she
don't,
more
but
of like
that sounds
a
like
Martha
that sounds like
Madison?
America.
No, she's not. No, she's a biological woman. She just was like buff.
Oh yeah, like what's the Brittany Grant? Is it Brittany Grant?
Yeah,
The basketball player that was
yeah.
over in Russia.
That's her name.
Like, see, we understand. Yeah, Grimes. Yeah, she is. Now, I don't have a problem with anybody identifying with what they want to. So the real argument for me here is, so when it gets complicated like this, I think you have to scale back. Simpler is better. You have to slow down. So let's look at this. If you have men or biologically, we're not talking about fair, unfair. If you just stop and you just look at it, we're not talking about any educational aspects of it. If you were, man, I'm having trouble with my computer, y'all. So if something happened, forgive me. If you don't know anything, I'm just saying, if an alien came and landed on the planet and was just looking at men and women and just looking at nature, the natural process of things, okay, men are stronger inherently and naturally stronger than women. It doesn't even make sense for them to try to get into an event, because sports are predicated on fairness. Like, everybody, we make all of them, the elements of it even and as possible, and then you go out and compete against one another. Now, if you can elevate within that space, like women on women, men on men, but now you have a man that says, I'm born with the biology of what we've identified for forever as a man. The results of my efforts, what I push, what I do, the dexterity of my body matches with men. However, in my mind, I think I'm a woman, or I feel as a woman.
I think you have to be careful with your words. I think for the community, you have to say, I was biologically male, but I am a woman. Because when you say I think I'm a woman,
exactly, and I'm really not saying this to offend. If I do, let me apologize now. And this, like, whenever we have topics like this, I've done some research, and I'll do more because I really want to try to. And here's the thing: I have no problem. I work with someone who's in that community. Talk to them on a daily basis. I'm impressed by them. They're smart, sharp, talented in what they do. So I have no problem. Same with those that are in the LGBTQ. I think it's IA, all kind of other stuff as well that they have, and it's just extended. I'm just going with the LGBTQ. So don't text me, at me, none of that. So I have no problems. Work with them, cool with them. However,
but this
ahead.
This is my thing though. The issue is not about transgender people. That's not the problem. The problem is people who are identifying as the opposite sex just to take advantage of the competition. That's the problem that I have.
Yeah, because that swimmer was like not even
the male swimmer.
with the men.
You like number 240 something, but then you're the fastest woman swimmer. Like,
yeah, that's not fair.
But what I'm saying is, right? Like, not being funny, but that wasn't a black man, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you, if you start identifying as white, it'll change everything. Now, but the other thing I was gonna say is this: there was a guy who just won a women's poker tournament. Did you see that on social media?
What Doc said, you have to comment. It was a woman. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it was a man. It was a man who entered a tournament, said I identify as a woman, won the tournament, and then was like, all right, I identify as a man.
After he won.
So here's the thing: there are no rules to identifying. So if you can, like, for example, and maybe it's a matter of, because I feel like if the government finds a way to tax stuff, it's more likely to go through, right? So maybe just like getting your name changed, getting your sex changed, whatever, if they tax it, right? Because you're not going to waste money to go change yourself to a woman just for a poker tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy. Well, at least I wouldn't think so. But I don't know. Like, I feel like you have to be, I'm not, I have no issue with whoever anybody wants to be. I'm talking about people who take advantage of competition because of the fact that they go, oh, I identify as this. Because what are the rules to identify? How come I can't identify as a white woman right now?
I mean, I guess you
because
could.
What?
No, you
Why can't I? I'm a female. Because a 42-year-old white woman is much more valuable than a 42-year-old black man.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What Patrice O'Neal said, he pointed at that white woman, he said, she front page, Nancy Grace. Remember that? But I'm just keeping it funky. So, like I think that the value is that it's too easy just to be like, oh, I could be this or I could be that. And there's no consequence to if you are just using it. If you do anything just to take advantage of anything, there should be something wrong with it, right? If you are cheating the rules, and no matter, and it's not about identifying, like, okay, I think all of the people who, why, if there's a man's this and a woman's this, how come there can't be a transgender this?
That's my solution. Just have a trans.
Let transgenders have their own section of the Olympics or whatever you're gonna give them. Let them wrestle, let them do archery, ping pong, whatever. I can watch, really big dude named Susie play ping pong and be like, or vice versa. But what I'm saying is, I think that's how you make it fair. And then you have to separate stuff like they do boxing and, with weight classes and stuff like that. But just, give them their own division. Because if you are giving them their own division, you are acknowledging that you respect who they are. Right?
Right.
But you are not this. These are men who are born men and identify as men. These are women who are born women and identify as men. You are who you are and you identify as this. This is your line.
I think
I think it is. No, that's spot on. And I think one of the, it's really about inclusion, which is, right now, diversity, equity, and inclusion is, it's a real strong tagline and goes on, especially in corporate America. But from society, the inclusion aspect of it. And I think where the difficulty comes in is where, okay, you want to be included, but when it's your inclusion intrudes upon established and I just can't get past the fact that it's just naturally, because I'm a common sense individual. It's just common sense. I understand you identify as a woman, or a man or a woman that identifies as a man, or an individual who is attracted to the same sex. Fine. But you want to be treated with a certain level of respect, but you'll come in and trounce on the perspectives and established practices of the group that you're trying to be included within.
But this is not an inclusion situation, right? This is like a guy coming out the family bathroom at Kohl's, right? Like
By himself or with his family?
You said what?
By himself or with his family?
Yeah, I'm saying by himself. If you seen a third, like a male just come out the family bathroom, you'd be like, that's weird, right? Yeah. So I'm saying now, if you got to build male, female, and family, now then just build a fourth bathroom. That's it.
See,
what you mean? No, why not?
Listen, it's opening Pandora's box. We understand some shit you just got to say no to. That's the stance I'm gonna.
Why? No, why not? Though? Like if you don't want them in, I don't know that I want them in the family bathroom without their family. But I don't know that I want a woman in
as
the
a
family
man with two daughters. I don't want no man walking into
I agree.
A man who was born a man. No matter what you identify as, I get it. I understand. But this is my opinion, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody. But as a man with daughters who were born women and identify as women. And I feel like maybe that's what we got to do. Do we have to break it down to this is what I was born as and this is what I identify as, right? And then just go, okay, this is your bathroom. If you are other than what you were born as, then you got door number 4. Why not? If you're going to give family their own bathroom, families are just important as transgender people.
Agreed.
Well, then you're going to have to make a cat bathroom. Identify as a cat.
No, well, see, cats don't spend money. See, you being a jerk. You being a jerk. Because cats don't spend money.
No, there are people that
For example, what if you had an elderly bathroom, right? Sometimes some businesses have parking spaces for pregnant women, right? Like you cater to your audience. So why not if you have a large amount of them that shop in your community per se, why not give them their own bathroom? Just to make everybody comfortable. Hey, if you go in that bathroom, you know that it could be a guy who identifies as a girl who identifies as a guy, whatever. But that is what's going to come out of door number 4. This one is for women who was born women who identify as women. This one is for men who are born men who That's it.
No, now listen, you got to understand that I'm like, okay, I have no problems with doing that. What I'm trying to bring up and bring to light is whenever you open up one door, you open up Pandora's box. So individuals that identify as all these other things, you got grown folks that want to identify as babies.
We're not catering to them because they don't spend it. They're not a large enough community to spend money. It's about money. Everything's about money. Like at the end of the day,
how big? I didn't look at any statistics. So how big would you say the trans community is?
I mean, I'm just saying the LGBTQ community is big enough that it's supported by anybody who's serious in any major faction of anything. Walmart, all of them. That's how big it is. If somebody from Walmart tomorrow says something against that community, the day after there will be an apology. And I'm sorry. And we got to do better. We got to include diversity. Ain't that what you said? We got to include diversity straight up. Because
equity, DEI is important to us. Everybody is important.
Hey, this is what I've always said, right? Everything is financial. So you have to realize, man, there's the spending power of that community is so strong that if they and they're together. So if they go, hey, this company said this about us, don't go there. Your stock will drop.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm challenging you on, Knox, is that I don't even believe there's a large segment, So doing the some of the research that they don't agree even with this. That's from the LGBTQ community. They're like, that don't make, like, I get it. I want them to be respected. If you want to be identified as that, yes. But even there is a large segment of that group that's saying, we just don't want to be discriminated against. Now, I ain't trying to force myself to play in,
That's not discrimination, right? Discrimination is
That's
like,
what
okay, we got two
call
water fountains, but one of them is cold and one of them is hot. This ain't that. This is giving everybody a fair opportunity to be themselves and feel comfortable.
No, I'm
I
okay.
don't.
Okay,
I
let's
mean,
build a
in my
bathroom.
opinion,
Me and you gonna get together and we gonna petition.
Comments.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that. So Alexa says, when do we start? She said, I'm ready to claim Caucasian. Okay. Mr. J. Gill, you said, Alexa, my pastor always say, do it now. Said, okay. She said, Alexis, do it now. Amen. And Mr. J. Gill, you said, not weird. I gotta go first. I gotta go first. Available. Shah Camille says, my son needs to take his daughters to the bathroom, and I need him to be able to take them in the women's bathroom when family bathrooms aren't available. They take advantage of that and use it for their benefit.
Okay, but I got a question about this because Butler, I know you have a young lady, right?
Yeah, I have two daughters.
Have you ever have you ever been in a woman's bathroom with your daughters?
I haven't.
I'm a woman and I have a daughter, and I've never seen a man with his daughters in the women's bathroom.
I would not do it. And I just wasn't ever in that position, or I would and I'm gonna be honest. The one incident that I had, there was a woman, and she was like, okay, I'll take her in there, and I stay right there by the door. And then the other incident is like no one else was in there, and I stood by the door and kind of had the door cracked. Now, if the woman came, then I would just step back and stay close to the door. But I never went into the women's bathroom. I wasn't going to give anybody an opportunity. But
I'm just saying, as a man, because I have a daughter, I've never been in a woman's bathroom. I find that as creepy.
Yeah. Alexis Butler says they already started with the bathrooms. Okay.
See, I'm telling you, give them a bathroom, man.
And then Mr. J. Gill says, really? Word, child. Alexa, in airports somewhere. She said, I saw it on TikTok the other day. TikTok.
I'm telling you, that's somebody got a nice large community. They know.
It's literally the whole alphabet.
They cater into the money.
No, and they do, and I get what you're saying, Knox. They do, because they definitely stick together, rally together. But even in that, I believe I'm like I said, and I communicate and work with them, and I'll talk openly because I'll ask them, hey, because I want to be informed, and they will share. Like, I think that's going too far, and that's not what I'm talking about. Because really the LGBTQ. Now, I don't want to go ahead, Knox.
Here's my thing. At any time you, as an individual who is not part of said community, start speaking for that community, you're in trouble.
So you feel like I'm
even if you got it from the horse's mouth, because talking to six of anybody don't make it the whole population, right? I felt like what you just did is like the guy who's like, yeah, I got 3 black best friends.
Okay.
Right? When you like, that's weird. Why would you tell me that? As a white guy, why would you tell me you got 3 black friends? Like,
no, I mean,
why can't you count all your black friends?
I'll stand on that position just based on what I've doing the research, some of the combatants, interviews that I've witnessed. So all I need, because you're speaking as you said that community you spoke as if you had spoke to all of them, and they all said, "Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying, right?"
I've heard a small demographic tell me that, so I'm like, it's not 100%. I can definitely guarantee it ain't 100%. because I spoke directly to a couple of the voices.
But what matters? A small demographic or a large demographic? If you said the numbers were overwhelming,
you spoke to the whole LGBTQ demographic.
What I'm telling you is I haven't spoken for anybody because I wouldn't do it. No, based on no matter how much I've heard, I can't speak. That's like I got a bunch of white friends. I can't speak on being white. I can't speak for nobody other than black men. That's it. And even me as a black man, I don't represent all black men. So it's like
that's the beauty of the platform, because we're just giving our perspective.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, but that's my perspective. I wouldn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I hope not nobody would take this like I'm putting a nail in it. I'm like, none of them want it done.
No, but I'm just saying in I would say what's the word I'm looking for? In analyzing what you are saying though, it makes me uncomfortable when anybody.
We're going to offend. We're going to offend somebody.
You know what I'm saying? No. I mean naturally, but I'm saying that's just that's just one of those things where I feel like as we grow as people, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like watching TV, black and white TV, 60 years and go, the blacks don't want to live amongst the whites. I've talked to the blacks. And you like, dude, this dude sound crazy. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But when that perspective is everything, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's hard not to offend somebody. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a part of a community that don't want to do this or don't want to do that. But I feel like everything's always going to go back to the analytics. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a large community of people who own cats, then you're going to see more cat parks and stuff like that, because people are going to do what they got to do to attract whoever's in that area. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think
it's always going to be a numbers game. I mean, it's going to come down to numbers. That's what like with the government. If they can get a certain demographic, a large number, whether that's a group that's similar for whatever reason, whether it be their beliefs, something from a physical standpoint, like the color of their skin, or lack of color in their skin, they're gonna cater to that group, which ties into what you said about somebody said something about a company discriminating in that particular community. They would galvanize, get together, and the next thing you know, that company is like, oh, our bad. We got rid of Joe Smo or Shirley Sue. She did not speak for the rest of the company. We do not believe that. Matter of fact, y'all all get to come in and get, free whatever you want.
Ice cream.
How come black people can't do that?
Oh, that's
like
if we show by itself, brother.
If we know how important the power of a dollar is, how come we won't bind our money together? Like even the people who got, who've made it to that 1% echelon, they still don't pool all their money together. Like why not? Like why can't we collectively as as a race or a culture, however you want to describe it, why can't we go, hey, this dude said this, we should stop shopping there, and then the numbers plummet?
Doc, you're the therapist.
So I think there are several reasons, but I think my initial thought is because we don't value one another as much as other ethnicities, cultures, races, whichever word y'all choosing, as much as they value one another. We don't care. If the new Jordan's coming out, we gonna buy them. If the new Yeezys or whatever, we gonna buy it. And it don't matter if they spit in our face. It don't matter if they say, well, I didn't make my clothes for them. And it don't matter how much they price it, how high they price it. We're gonna do what we gotta do to get it.
So what is the inverted version of like systemic racism? Like what is there a term for that?
It could be. I don't know it though.
Okay, I was just asking.
The the inverted version of systemic racism.
Right, because like they say, we go through certain
That would be,
things as
would that be
people.
freedom
No. What
or
I'm saying is,
anarchy?
You mean like internalized racism?
I think that, yes, I think that's where I was
Self-hate?
going.
Yeah, like I think you mean
Like, what?
internalized
How
racism.
do you describe it that we won't like? For example, you said, "Hey, if the Jordans has come out, the Yeezys come out, we going to get them." But
We just
that's what I'm
are.
asking. Like, why are we like that? Like, why are we like that?
Well, I think it's part of systemic racism. I think that anti-blackness just runs rampant, even if we don't want it to. Like, even if we're not consciously thinking like anti-blackness, I think subconsciously we are, because that's just America.
What is it? What about? Could it possibly be the lack of morals?
Could be.
I think that's a very that's a there's multi layers to the reason why that is. I mean, from a systemic, you either got to talk
Okay.
about, you don't have to talk about it compartmentalized, but in my opinion, like you got to, there's different battlefronts to that type of war. One is going to be systemically implied, then one is going to be the traumas and the thought process. So it's going to be from a psychological standpoint, like what do we value, which I think goes with your morals. It's the same.
Is it that we value money more than other cultures? Is money more important to us than,
I
like?
think we value the appearance of money, because most people with money aren't buying the things that we're buying. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same thing every day. Now he has multiples. I'm not saying he wears the same outfit. He has multiples, but he wears the same thing every day. And it's like a basic gray shirt, a hoodie, and some jeans. You see what I'm saying? I think we black people
That's
value
a whole
the
nother
appearance
level of money, right? That's a whole nother level of money. Zuckerberg
And
is a
I think we
whole nother
value
level
the
of money.
appearance, though. I mean, yeah,
No, I think Zuckerberg did that when he didn't have any money. When he was writing
because
the
he said
code
he
for
doesn't want to make
Facebook
decisions. He said he is a visionary and he needs to use all his brain power to make decisions and change the culture and blah blah blah, all the things he said, which is why he wears the same thing. But he's not the only one. Several rich
it's
people.
called minimalism. It's like they don't take time to do like the things that we like. We got to get our hair right. I mean, okay, let me match that, and I want that to look, and let me coordinate.
He
You don't even
doesn't
take
have to
that
do
time.
that because he
Yeah, he
already
doesn't. He
knows
says,
how to
"I'm
do
going to put on
it.
this white shirt,
It's
and
not
I'm going to put
about
on these
for him,
jeans,
because
and I'm going to get
I
it."
read the article. It's not about that for him. It's about I don't want to waste my brain space making this decision because I need to make other decisions. Now,
So
I don't know what his house look like, so I wouldn't call him a minimalist. I don't know that part.
Let me ask you this. So what if I pose it in this way? So if said company makes comment about the LGBTQ community, right? And that community decides they are going to stay away from said business, right? Slashing the cost of the product, will that bring that group back to that company?
Well, based on your previous comments, the black ones, it would.
I'm saying, to me, I feel like, but I've seen it, right? We saw it with Tommy Hilfiger.
You see it with Tommy Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger straight up said, I
He
did
did
not
not.
intend for y'all to wear my clothes, and we never stopped buying it.
We made it popular.
My daughter just bought some not too long ago. I'm like, and they don't care. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, that's a generation of time, and everybody goes through whatever they go through. But I'm saying, in 2023, that would have canceled any other business. But stuff don't cancel with us. It's
I don't
like,
know.
you can
I
say
don't know if
something.
it would cancel because he said it was black. Now, had he said I didn't make my clothes for LGBTQIA, maybe. But if he say in 2023, I still don't want black people wearing my stuff, I don't think we're gonna stop buying it.
No, but you hit the nail on the head. But if he said it the other way, it might cancel him. Look at the baby. The baby got canceled. whatever that form of whatever that means. And because I know this from having friends who, Hollywood is not big. A lot of the people who are in power in entertainment are part of that community. I've seen
Most
it
definitely.
firsthand.
Yeah.
So it's you have to be respectful because a lot of people in that community are in very high places throughout the world, right?
Mhm.
So I'm agreeing with you as far as I don't look at them any different as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I just say when it comes to certain aspects, I'm not disrespecting anybody mentally, but physically it's just fact. If you are born a man, you are genetically supposed to be stronger than the woman, physically more dominant. That's science. That's not opinion. Are
Mhm.
there women who are bigger than men? Yes, it happens, but it doesn't happen often, right? And there's so
Those
that
are anomalies. They're not the norm.
yeah. So
And
that's what I'm saying. Like,
there's
I,
anomalies in every space, in every category. So, but that doesn't make it like now you got to change the whole ship because of those few anomalies. But
but if you have enough people on the ship, right? If you got 3 bathrooms, you got a man bathroom and a woman's bathroom and a family bathroom, right? But you have one set of people always waiting in line to use the bathroom, it would behoove you to make an adjustment and give them their own bathroom, right? And this is what I'm saying. If you have that problem, maybe that's a solution. But if you somewhere where you don't have an issue, you don't have a problem, you don't have that many people of that community that it's bothersome to you, then you ain't got to do it.
see the
But I feel like
bathroom.
man,
The bathroom bothers me. It bothers me. Not
you don't want to
building.
give them their own bathroom.
No, because I'm just looking at it like this. Okay, we're what was the original what was the original reason for making 2 separate bathrooms? One for biological men, one for biological women. Why? Because
Hey
I
man,
because no,
but
man,
how
I'm just just humor me.
okay.
What was the premise? You
But do you
think?
feel like it's always been that way?
No, I don't know how it's always been because I only been
Right.
here for
150 years ago, it might have just been one bathroom for everybody.
shoot, they got just one bathroom for everybody now.
But no, but that's what I'm saying, right? And at some point, somebody was like, "This is a terrible idea. Men and women shouldn't be using the same bathroom. This is what are we doing? This is crazy. So let's
Well,
make
yeah,
two.
for some reason. But if we
Let's
just
put
break it
stalls
down
in
to
this one. Let's
we
put
break it down to
whatever
the
urinals.
smallest root difference. Okay,
Okay.
you gotta the plumbing of men is different than the plumbing of women, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I promise you, it was probably predicated because men pee on the damn lid too damn much, and women
And on the
they
floor and
gotta sit
everywhere
down.
else.
They like, listen, I need to go where everybody is sitting down, so they will take care of the toilet. I can't prove this, y'all. I'm just work with me. Just think of that. So when it comes to trans women, now if they've had a full, like they've changed, so they want to, and if you identify as a woman and you don't have the same plumbing, I wouldn't have a problem with you going into a woman's bathroom and sitting down because now you gotta sit down. You ain't got nothing there to cause harm. But if you like I identify as a woman, but I still got male biological plumbing, take your ass over there to the male bathroom. Because
So
it's
this is
just
so this is why I disagree. I know trans women who dress like a woman, right? Or dress what society says a woman dresses like. That's how they dress. They have on dresses, makeup, heels, blah blah blah. I personally would be afraid for their safety in a men's bathroom.
yeah, because some
And
dudes
so
say
they
this.
need
Yeah.
somewhere to go. I'm actually okay. Like if they got to pee and I got to pee and we in the women's bathroom, I'm good with that. Like they don't want what I got no way. So I'm fine. I'm probably fine if I'm in the bathroom with my children because me and all my children are in the same style, so I'm good with that too. But I just wouldn't want them to be dressed how they identify, go where they are supposed to go based on biology, and then get assaulted or get taunted or get
Right.
I just would be afraid for their safety.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen at all. Yeah. All right, Knox, we building another bathroom, man. You call the contractors. I'll call the bank. We'll get the loans together.
Hey man, listen, I'm about, I want equality for everybody.
All right, well, we definitely we rocking and rolling. We get down to the last 10 minutes. So let's get to do we have any additional comments? We want to make sure we get to the comments.
Now they getting down in the comments, but they're really just talking to each other. They talking about ice cream and everything. But here we go.
Okay, well then that's Well, I'll let you just pick the ones you think that we should hit. Yeah, they talking about ice cream and going on. Y'all,
okay, but here we go. When we was talking about the Jordans.
Okay, she says white people be in that line. Alexis Butler says white people be in that line waiting on them shoes too, though. Then Mr. J. Gillian said, true, but there'd be more black people in the line. Now I don't know why we like y'all leaving out the Hispanic community, the Latino community. Are they the same? I'm gonna do I have to confirm that. The Asian community.
We're not leaving them out. We're not leaving them out. That's just not who we was talking to.
We got to count.
No, but I'm saying at the same time,
I've never stood in the line for no shoes.
All them communities will band together if they are insulted
That's
the
true.
right way.
Everybody but us. We've tried it a few times. Like people get mad.
You know what? Listen.
When? What's a few times?
Listen, in the time that we did it, we got killed for doing that stuff, man. I know we really got drugged for it. No, because here's the thing about the black community: the trauma on the black community when it comes to they outlawed us getting together. LGBTQ, whether they want to
stop you from how you spend your money.
No, just ride with me. Let me unload the wagon. The LGBTQ community, any other minority community, all the advancements they have made have come from
Oh
man, he's a fool.
Mr. J. Giddy said, I have never seen an Asian dude in line for J's. For no J's. Y'all hear me? He said never. But that path, the strength that they have, the organization in which they follow and make the advancements for their community, all of that came from the torturous process of paving the road that black people had to do. People get traumatized and tired. Our community has been attacked from different ways. We don't have a solid nucleus family that's happening on a major scale within our community. There's no way. It's until we get that portion done, we can't kind of get back to where we can kind of galvanize everyone and fund the damn movement. We had Black Lives Matter come together, and then they stole that money.
She didn't steal it. She made a house for content creators, I think.
I'm not going. Okay. I challenge you all to do the research. I challenge y'all to do the research. And I dare you to go. Well, I don't think you can even find it now. I dare you to go to Black Lives Matter and read their bylaws and mission statement. It has nothing to do with black people. I said it. Fight Club. I'm joking. No, we're down to 5 minutes. Listen, when it comes to
hey, you just said Black Lives Matter don't care about black people.
He said that.
That's hilarious. That might be one of the most amazing things. I'm not even saying it. Just sounds. It sounds like when Kanye did it with, but George Bush don't like black people. Black Lives Matter don't like black people.
Y'all think George Bush like black people? I don't think he disliked him.
No, I think the
comparison was the tone and how you said it. It wasn't.
I think the ones he know is cool. He know the Obamas.
I said it wasn't about.
If I knew the Obamas, I would like black people too.
I would too. They trying to find Michelle when it's time for a picture.
I mean, come on, man. It don't matter what race you are. If your black friends are the Obama, black people are cool. It's like if your black friend is Michael Jordan, you wouldn't be like, man, black people are all right. Like, dude, you got this black guy I hang with. Nah, man,
oh no, I think black people are the cream of the crop. I mean, we fighting right now, man. Just trying to fight to get it together.
No, but our fight always goes further when white people fight with us. History also tells you that.
Yeah,
because you can't sit the dogs on. You can't sit the dogs on them.
There's
a lot of white people died.
No, that's what I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying. Usually, if you can get white America, mainly white women moved. White women being like PETA. That's man. I'm assuming, but I think white women are all over the PETA office. But I'm saying, like, when white women get upset, stuff matters. Because they got time on their hands. Their husbands at work. They like, look, we'll go down here and march and stand here and block a street.
I've always wondered that. I'm like, what? Do they not? I just like, man, I would love to go support, man, but I gotta.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Hey, like, I gotta be at work. I can't. I'm just gonna take off. But here's the thing: the war is fought in many fronts. You got soldiers, then you got people who do the planning. And you got some individuals who just do the financing of the war. And all of them are important. And all of them are needed. So I think that gets convoluted too, because, you got one element that'll be like, you ain't really do nothing. You wasn't out there with me. Like, bro, 20% of my every check I ever got went to this or that organization or to fund this. Where you think the gas came from that they put in the bus that you rolled down there to go do what you did? That type of stuff, or someone who's doing the organizing. And everybody has different gifts, different talents that need to be implemented so that you can get a major thing done. Nothing of major impact has ever been done alone. Nothing. I think it was Dr. Frazier that said that. But yeah, I didn't want to take credit for it. But Dr. George Frazier, I believe, he said nothing of any significance is ever done alone. So, that may be a topic we have to kind of explore. That'll cringe and cut some people's feelings up a little bit. But on the gender collide, I think at the end of the day, I don't want anyone to be in an unsafe environment or to really be ostracized. But in your demanding to be included in certain spaces, if you see that there is a disproportionate balance, and it just does not make sense on a surface level, like you can obviously look and say this is not appropriate, then we have to address that and accept that. Those are my final words on it.
I don't have any. Build that fourth bathroom. That's what I got.
I just don't want people taking advantage of competition. I think that's the that's the part that bothers me the most. Like, like I said, you should have to really commit to, if you're gonna say you identify as something else, you should have to commit to that. Like, if you change it, you shouldn't be able to change it for like 10 years or something, like a driver's license.
I like that. And I think there should be a fee. If you're going to compete in sports, there needs to be a fee because people don't play about their money.
No.
There again, that money popping up. That's, man, the money. They say it in any instance. They be like, you follow the money, you'll find follow the money, you'll find the crook, or you'll find the reason, you'll find your motive right
Absolutely.
there. So,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, and then here's the thing. I definitely want to say that this was definitely a touchy topic. I do want to say that There's no we meant no ill will. If anyone was offended, this will just hopefully this will open up dialogue and also motivate individuals. Do a little bit more research on it so you can be more knowledgeable and be respectful when we do run into the trans community, just so you can know the nuances and how to speak to that. We appreciate everybody being here. Definitely the comments in the comment section and those who tuned in, whether for the whole time or came late, we appreciate it. We thank you for being here. We'll see you next week, next Thursday, 8:30. And with that being said, we'll holler at you later. Thank you, Scotty, for being on the show too, man. Bye-bye.